Remember and never forget, though the masses say it's untrue and does not exist, I say to you without fear of contradiction, man has always tenanted a habiliment of flesh, and shall continue to do so until desire has taken him into the oneness, and he becomes numbered with the council of the Ancient Mystical White Brotherhood. Unseen to human eye, and from the council, he shall be able to touch men of earth, through passing his message on, through those who have reached the secret place of the Most High. Now remember, as you go forth to meet groups of people that you are to meet, you are going to render things asunder. You in turn shall be torn asunder with criticism. But let it not worry your heart, for a teacher who went forth to teach truth, but that he met someone who did not understand the truth spoken, and viciously condemned the teacher of truth. You understand this, do you not? Then go forth with the protection and glory of the living God, and you shall not fail. Those who shall condemn you through misunderstandings, what have you done to them? You have implanted a seed, which sometime must grow. It shall not perish. Keep to the principle of truth and never deviate, regardless of circumstances. In so doing, there can be nothing but ultimate success in whatever you attempt. That is true humility. Always remember the word of the Galilean, of yourself mortally so you do nothing. Neither does any man of earth, but it is the indwelling Father expressing. How? Through the Master Spirit within the secret tabernacle of the uppermost part of the brain, the pineal gland, the Holy of Holies, through the perfect submission of the mortal to the spiritual. Remember, dear hearts, your physical eyes are the only eyes through which God can now see. Your physical feet are the only feet through which God can walk to carry the message. Your physical hands are the only hands through which God can accept and give. We are now speaking of physical possessions when we make that statement. For God gives and receives unto himself, and you are a part of that God. As you extend your hands and hearts in the love of God to receive, and as you extend your hands in blessing, the indwelling God is extending through your hands and anointing others with the benediction of his eternal blessing. Is this clear to you? God is not far off. God is indwelling. Oh, that man of earth at long last could learn this lesson to be truth. Truly then shall the sword of wrath be sheathed, and the lion and the lamb would eat straw together, and the child would play in peace and contentment at the hole of the asp. In the past, as you call the past, we have heard some of you make this statement. Why have so many started out on the path to teach, to promote brotherhood, universal brotherhood, and have never brought it to fruition? That was a desire expressed whether they were mindful of it or not. That very question placed on the ether waves of time started action, and it came back and back again into their consciousness. At last we of the council were able to make contact with them. Why did they question us as to the failure of or seeming failure of others? Why did this question arise in your thinking and that of others? For only one reason, dear hearts. Again, as you refer to the past, ages back you, as they, were singled out by the council of the Ancient Mystical White Brotherhood of Truth. When the clarion call within your heart intoned its message, they, as you, lovingly responded. Can love be overlooked? Can graciousness, which is expressed without any expectation of reward, be disregarded? Ah, nay, nay. It is the expression, beloved ones, of the great white light of the living God. God cannot be denied eternally. He who denied God in yesteryear must at last come into full and complete recognition of that which he has denied. He who denies God in your today shall live to recognize in truth that which he denies today. Hence many of our mundane collaborators and teachers bear the torch of freedom before the countenance of those who in yesteryear said, I have no time for it. It is not so, it cannot be. The torch of truth in the countenance of those of today shall be reflected in the lives of others, who in the tomorrows, as you understand that term, shall bear the torch of light in their countenance to those who are denying the living God today. Your labors shall never cease, never, dear hearts. Remember, if we may use that term in the great scheme of life, rebirth is the salvation of man, and you are playing a most intricate part. Therefore, be faithful, be faithful. Be mindful, dear hearts, in every life there comes an hour. In many cases where it has occurred, you sought and sought diligently. Unselfishly you sought. An earnest desire and an earnest prayer always receive an answer. Like attracts like. It cannot be otherwise. And though in the past you may have encountered from time to time a deception here and a deception there, you did not forsake your God. That bears its recompense, mind you. So it is no more than truth in the presence of the living God that for all of which you bore, and all mankind who walk this path with you, you shall, at last, find what you've been seeking. Go forth, spread your seeds of love, for they are falling on fertile soil, and the waters of kindness shall carry them into the soil. All around you shall you see them spring forth as fields of wheat, and they shall grow, and the heads shall be full. They shall ripen, and you shall go forth and reap the harvest. Many shall there be who shall go forth with you, for you shall not garner the field alone. Chapter 4, Involution of Spirit and Evolution of Matter. A member of the Brotherhood speaks. We desire to give all our instruction in simplicity, to make our statements as concise, informative, and instructive as possible. Therefore we endeavor, and will continue to endeavor ever, to tear aside the veil or curtain of superstition. Man of earth asks questions for only one reason, because he has become steeped in early superstitions and erroneous teachings. It is for that reason we quite often refer to the Holy Writ with which man in the present era is familiar. It has been the guideline, and therefore we have ever endeavored to properly interpret for him that which has been superstitiously taught. One of the questions we hear man of earth ask is this: if life has always been complete, and man and his Creator are one in all aspects of life, why was it necessary for man to make that long trek through the many paths of life, the many incarnations with its many experiences of heartbreak, only to eventually seek his way back through the jungle of illusions, back to the oneness of the Father? It is for the reason that man, as man is understood to be, desired to be here. Man did not desire to be or live in imperfection, however. In your Holy Writ, there is the story of the fall of man, do you remember? Also there is the first murder, if we may use that term. Man has recorded Cain slaying Abel. This is the first recorded murder, and we do not like to use this term as man of earth does. Now, of what sum total or composite is man of that which God created? Out of that which God created, what did God make? You will remember that God created first, and then made, and that which God created was good, was it not? Some of you might reason that the five senses have misinterpreted the truth and man lost his way, but how and why do the five senses misinterpret and create that which man today recognizes as evil? Now the Master Jesus said, "In my Father's house are many mansions." Is this mundane sphere of life that you are living in the only inhabited part of the Father's house? There are many planets that are inhabited, and that is truth. Now all creation was created by God in the beginning, as well as in the finality. However, as that which God made out of that which he created, through that which man knows as the process of evolution, the physical form did not keep in rapport with the involution of the soul or spirit. Therefore it became a denser form of the creation in that which man knows as the beginning, and therefore the era took place. It is this which was referred to in the Scriptures as the fall of man. It was not because Eve handed Adam an apple. Sometimes it is referred to as the war in heaven. That is well, but ever remember that heaven is a state of consciousness. Some erudite earthly teachers would say that it is at this point the mind was split.